Jean-Noguette, this is your winery here, Confessions.
Yes.
You are in the Penedès, and the Penedès is very close to Barcelona. And
Yes.
to find your bodega, your winery, it takes about maybe 45 minutes, 1 hour with the car.
Yes, from Barcelona,
Yeah.
yes.
And I've been here several times. It's absolutely worth coming and discovering this area, which is a little bit outside from where all the others are placed.
Yes, the inner lands of Penedès, yes, near the mountains, 400 meters of altitude, maybe we have a lot of wood, so the landscape really is relaxing.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we have Corpinnat. This is a new
Yes.
brand, and it is it has been created by a number of well-known
Yes,
makers of cava, who
Yes.
have now left the official denomination of cava, and you
Yes.
founded Corpinnat. What is the background? Why?
why? For many years we want to speak about the sparkling we're doing in the cava denomination d'origine, but was really difficult. Cava was only cava, and many producers wanted to explain more things about picked by hand, about organic culture, about everything made at home, not buying on rack. So we talk about the cava council, but always, well, next year, well, for the future, well, for the future, well, for the future. And at the end, we define a brand, European registered, about some levels of quality to produce this sparkling. One is the original region of Penedès, with the original grapes, all organic culture, all picked by hand, because it's better to pick by hand. You can choose better the grapes, and we have people that have no work, so they can pick. I think it's very, very important. And also all the grapes pressed at home in the cellar.
Okay.
No buying wine outside. We look for the people that produce from the grapes to the last bottle, all at home.
Okay.
Looking people that don't go outside to buy wine or bottles. And then we think that this is better to value our land, our wineries, everything at home.
And who are the members?
Miss Gramona, Recaredo, Llopart, Nadal, Sabater i Coca, Torelló, Canfeixes, Julia Barnet, and Mascandy. It's nine producers, 9 wineries here in Penedès.
Some of them also produce red wine and white wine,
Yes.
right? But those would not have the label Corpinnat.
No, Corpinnat is a brand only for sparkling, for method champenoise, the traditional method. And another thing that is interesting to explain is that if we use this brand Corpinnat, must be all the cellar Corpinnat. All the grapes picked by hand, all the grapes organic, all the grapes pressed at home, all the cellar. Because we look for the type of business, the authentic producers.
Okay.
This is why we are so strict.
Has the word cava suffered in reputation with the consumers, do you think? Because when I go to a supermarket in London or in Germany, I find cava with, I don't know, €6 or €7.
Yes, it's a pity because cava have grown thinking about quantities to be exported in all the world, and then loses the top
Okay.
for the top quality of cava. There is no explanation. There is no market.
What about Gran Reserva, for example?
Gran Reserva means that you have 30 months the bottles aging, but it's only one description of time only.
Okay.
It's very little. It's not enough.
Okay.
And they also the council defined the cava de paratge to look for the original parcel of some bottles, top quality bottles, but also was not enough because everyone could produce cava de paratge.
Okay.
We look for the property, the winery that produces all the grapes at home, and for all the property. We don't want producing somebody 3,000 bottles of top quality sparkling, and then the rest for a low cost,
Okay.
for no add value, no culture, nothing. It's just low cost.
Okay.
This is not good for the region
Why?
because we have no future. We are in Europe in that 21st century. We have cost, social costs that are very important. We want to keep them. Then we cannot produce low-cost cars, low-cost skirts, low-cost wine.
Yes.
And we want to keep the social cost in Europe. We need.
Yes.
And it's impossible to produce something low-cost here.
No?
And I think it's good because then we have social aids for everybody.
Okay. But for me to understand it a little bit better, we have, for example, La Rioja.
Yeah.
And you can buy La Rioja in Tetra.
Yes.
Para
Yes.
for cooking.
Yes.
But then you have very, very high-end Rioja as well. That would not have been a solution?
The story of Rioja was always many wineries producing good quality reds.
Okay.
The story of cava is different.
Ah.
It's two brands that grow a lot, very quickly.
Okay.
Only two. Now there are three. But grow only for quantity, volume, millions, and millions of bottles. It's very different. In Rioja you have maybe 30 great bodegas that have been for 4 or 5 generations producing quality wine. It's different.
It's different. Huh? Now, the DO Cava some years back had the Cava de Paraje Calificado, which was designed to label cavas of excellent quality, so that the consumer would, when they see this, they know, oh, this is better than average.
Yeah.
That was not enough for you?
No, because everyone could produce cava de paraje cualificado. If you have a little winery, you can buy some special parcel from another producer, and you can produce maybe only 1,000 bottles. We are looking for all the landscape a solution.
Okay. So when I go now to the supermarket, which will not have Corpinnat, but when I go to a good wine shop, and I see the label Corpinnat.
Yes.
What can I expect, or what should I expect?
A traditional method produced in the original Penedès with the original grapes, picked by hand, selected by hand, all organic, minimum 18 months.
18 months.
18 months minimum on the lease. So you can begin to find different taste. Not a young wine with bubbles. It begins to be different. And you are buying something that in all the landscape of this winery is respected. Organic, picked by hand, all these terms. For all the property. Is the brand, is the winery that is Corpinnat.
Okay.
It's not one bottle or 1,000 bottles. It's the winery, it's the landscape.
Okay.
It's the business, it's
Yeah.
the type of business. We look a solution for all the landscape, not a few quality bottles.
So you want to basically have a revolution here? No.
We would love to be maybe 20 wineries in 5 years. Now we're 9. We are very sure about how we have defined all this brand, and now we begin next year to accept more wineries at home, because we think that we are sure that this is the star that we have to go.
So what are the mechanisms of quality control that you have in Corpinnat?
Okay, yes, all these things have to be controlled by Bureau Veritas. Bureau Veritas is a European organization that controls a lot of items of quality, a lot of labels of quality of different industries, in many different concepts. And it's very big. They know how to control and all the, how I can say, all the terms that have to be defined to control this. It's expensive, really expensive.
So when they come on control, what do they control?
For example, last year, the engineer comes here at the end of the harvest and control that we pick all the parcels of the property by hand. So we went to all 52 parcels at wineries, vineyards at home, and to look if there was picked by hand or by machine. And really was this 52 vineyards controlling. So I was surprised, really. I thought that maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, but no, all the vineyards. So well, it's well done. We have to be sure that all the companies that are in this brand of Corpinnat, we have to be sure that all are in the same line, in the same strict control.
So now it's time to start marketing Corpinnat as a name and to make it known, is it?
Yes, we have to explain. We don't have medias to communicate. Now by internet it's easier. We have all our clients that will be a good prescriptors about this concept of Corpinnat. All our clients, and of course we prefer to invite people coming to our wineries, to our estates, and they have to communicate, to touch what we have. We want to try to sell a landscape and our love about what we do, and this is quite difficult by digital systems. We love to have people at home.
Right. Well, we at Wine Pop have to change a few things because we have all the DOs,
Yes.
appellations, but of
Yes,
course now
yes.
you are outside, so we have to add Corpinnat as a known label.
Yes, for the moment we are not at DO because was impossible to share DO cava and Corpinnat, so we leave cava, and well, we are talking with DO Penedès because they have the classic Penedès. It's a sparkling wine, method champenoise with organic grapes of the Penedès region. So we are brothers.
Okay.
I think that we have to mix this. We have to to blend these two brands or two labels, because for the future I think will be easier.
So could it be that one day the DO Penedès will be the first which has this top quality reputation?
I think that maybe will be a new deal. I think, but well, this is very difficult. It's impossible to say what will happen, because at the end is the Catalan government that writes a new DO. So we cannot define a DO. DO is an administration item. So, but I think that if we are many wineries in this direction, I think will be better for the region, for the landscape, for everybody.
Whilst we're at landscape, what have you noticed in relation to climate change?
Oh, yes, it's evident that we pick the grapes sooner. I am 60 when the first harvest I have done here, Canfishes, 40 years ago, were maybe 2 weeks or more later. So climate change have increased the temperatures, so the vine goes quickly with the ripeness, then we pick sooner.
Okay. And do some of the grapes suffer? Are they more difficult to grow?
For the moment here we have Mediterranean grapes that assume very well. Also, we have the influence of the sea. In Penedès, arrive to the sea, and then we have wind from the sea that take care about the extremely hot temperatures.
Okay.
Because the water is maybe 22, 24 degrees. So this helps us to don't have extreme temperatures that would damage the grapes.
Okay.
Near the sea, this is very important for Penedès wine region, and we are discovering that maybe for the future with the climate change, we will have to reduce the yield per hectare, because each vine will need more land to survive.
How much do you have today?
Today, from 3,000, 4,000 vines per hectare. Maybe we have to reduce 15%, maybe. This is going very slowly. So, but maybe it will be this way, because rain, it's going less, and sometimes very strong rain during few hours that you lose maybe 50% of the water because goes away.
Yes.
This storm is very bad for us because you loses water, and of course this region, Mediterranean area, normally we need all the water when it comes down. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Thomas.